And Jennifer's title is I Pause to Remember to Act Accordingly. Let us welcome Jennifer.
Thank you, Madam Toast Leader. Fellow Toast Leaders, I present my speech, I pause to remember to act accordingly. Growing up in Lagos, I never had to worry about whether I belonged. I navigated with ease through the many cultures in which the city prides itself. I speak two Nigerian languages, Edo and Yoruba, and never have to worry about not being accepted anywhere in Nigeria. But I know that the experience is not the same for many Nigerians. As I speak, many people have been disenfranchised and isolated because of their ethnic background. So yes, like racism is in the US, in Nigeria, where I come from, tribalism and ethnocentrism are eating up the fabric of peace and development. Juxtaposing this narrative with my recent experience in the US is why every now and then I like to pause to remember and then act accordingly. Today, I will share with you two of the reasons why I pause. First, I pause to remember that in the US, where I am now raising a family and within the organization where I am fortuitous to work, I am first seen as a Black woman, not a Nigerian, not a Lagosian, two identities that I am most familiar with. I have had to unlearn many things to learn what it means to be a Black woman and how that influences other people's first impression, perception, and prescriptions. And trust me, I am still figuring it all out. But one big win for me has been learning how to talk. Because here in the US, I learned the hard way that no matter how intelligent or smart you are, if you lack assertiveness, you will not be heard. So over the years, I have learned to invest time and resources to unlearn the quiet as a dove nature that is most often the nature of Africans, especially those from the West African region. I have learned to teach myself to roar like a lion and learning to speak so that I can be heard. As a matter of fact, a colleague offered to help me once, so she took me to a stage actress. The stage actress was very generous with tips on how to become a better speaker. Read aloud in front of the mirror every day, she said. Get comfortable hearing your own voice. If you are too quiet in meetings, nobody will perceive you as intelligent. You have to learn to practice, practice, and practice on how to speak slowly so that you can be heard. Now you see why being a now you see why being a member of Toastmasters International matters so much to me. I need to learn and master this skill so that I can survive and thrive. The second reason why I pause to remember is that while some people may harbor certain biases because I am a Black woman, I too have many unconscious biases towards others. Thanks to the new research and findings on diversity, equity, and inclusion, it is now easy to identify what these traits and habits are. As much as I can, I self-check and self-regulate. For example, I have learned not to favor people who look like me over others. I've also learned to kindly hold the door open for the person coming behind me, even if the person is a man and who is capable of pulling the door open for himself. I've also learned not to assume that everyone who attended an Ivy League college has more intellectual stamina than others. And I can go on and on the things I am learning to unlearn to relearn. The fact that I cannot control how other people perceive me does not mean that I cannot control the impact that I have on them. What I am learning is that by practicing racial equity as a Black woman within the complex society that we live in, I can transform how I relate with others, irrespective of who they are and where they come from, and in turn make a positive impact in the world. In my daily interactions and in my workplace as a communications professional, I try to keep the heat on by actively supporting constructive conversations about race, diversity, equity, inclusion, accessibility, and belonging. In conclusion, fellow Toast leaders of the US Senate Toastmasters Club, it will take a collective effort to eliminate the actions and inactions that disempower and exclude many people from creating, contributing, and living their life to the fullest. As the world continues to shift and go through this cultural transformation brought by COVID-19 pandemic, it is indeed a fortuitous chance. And that is why today I invite you all to join me to practice the pause and remember to act accordingly. Thank you.